Are you considering launching Google Ads for the first time? Or maybe you already have an account, but you're not sure what ongoing maintenance should look like. I'm Amy Hebdon with Paid Search Magic, and in this final lesson of Learn Google Ads with me, I'll show you insider tips for setup and management that will keep your ads successful even in a crowded marketplace. As always, these lessons are no nonsense and no tech, and hopefully the best search marketing overview you've ever had. Who's going to run your Google Ads account? It's either going to be you or somebody else. Now, I love for people to learn to manage their own Google Ads accounts. This has a lot of benefits. You get to know the psyche of your customers, how they search, what to tease out in your ads and on your website. I've coached clients who aren't marketers, but they get these insights in their own data, and then they can respond to the demand by creating new offers or packaging them differently. And this also means that if you grow to the point that you're ready to hire out, you know what to look for in a vendor and what results to expect. Hiring someone else to manage your Google Ads is also great. If your subject matter expertise does not include marketing, or you're not at all interested in adding one more thing to your plate, then working with someone who can find those insights for you and deliver great results is a pretty good option. Now, the costs of each of these are obviously different. Either way, you're going to be paying Google Ads for the clicks you get on the platform. If you manage your own accounts, you don't need to take a salary for that, but there is still a cost. You're spending time learning that isn't being spent on your business. Now, I've tried to reduce the learning curve with this series, but there's obviously a lot we haven't even touched on. You may decide that it's a good investment to pay for training and coaching or tools, and those will also have price tags. If you hire someone else to run your campaigns, you'll usually pay a monthly management fee, and you'll find a healthy price range for that. Just like with CPCs, the goal isn't to get the cheapest possible solution, it's to get the best solution to help you grow your business. If it costs a little more to make a lot more, that's much better than spending a little less and wasting a bunch of money. Now, if you're not sure how to evaluate whether a vendor is good, I've got a free resource for how to vet a paid search management company that's included in the Learn Google Ads with Me activity book that's available for free in the link in the description box. What does ongoing management look like? What will you or a vendor be doing throughout the month? Well, Google Ads isn't set it and forget it. Seasons change, demand changes, competition changes, how people search changes over time. Laws and regulations change. The Google Ads platform is constantly changing, and in my experience, that's one of the biggest factors in the results that we see. Something that worked for years suddenly starts driving irrelevant traffic because Google silently changed how it handles a setting. And of course, you don't want to just be playing defense, you also want to be getting better results, not just treading water. This means getting to know your audience even better, crafting offers that better suit their needs, then knowing how to find them and building momentum so they take action. Now, at this point, we need to talk about account setup because this can make or break your performance. If you're hiring an agency to manage your campaigns for you, it's less important to know how to set up and structure your account. Some things are a bit of chef's choice, and what they might do might be different from what I would do because people have different preferences and styles for how they get results. But if you want to know how I get the results that I get from my clients, which has driven a 95% reduction in cost per lead and a 100x improvement in return on ad spend, I'll show you the systems that I use. I suggest creating new campaigns for high intent and low intent keywords. Remember our example about the suitcases. Anodized aluminum suitcase is a high intent keyword and it's much more valuable. We want to show up every time someone searches for it. But the word suitcase itself is less valuable. We don't want both of these keywords in the same campaign, muddying our performance statistics. That would make it a lot harder to tell what's working and what's not, and it'd make it harder to make optimizations and adjustments that could improve performance. Now, I realize this is kind of a nerdy analogy, but you can think of intent like an electron. The people who are most likely to take action on your offer are the most valuable for you, but there are also relatively few of those people. So you want to start here. Start with what's closest to the money, and then you can start to expand out. With each expansion, there will typically be a bigger audience and they'll be less likely to take action. So we need to treat those categories differently. People who are ready to buy exactly what we offer and people who are just learning about what we offer. Anodized aluminum suitcase versus what's a good carry-on. Now, you set daily budgets at the campaign level, not the ad group level or the keyword level. So everything in a campaign competes for the same budget. That's why you want to separate high intent from low intent in your campaigns. You're always looking for your return to exceed your costs. But when you're smart about setup, you can set different goals and targets for campaigns depending on the level of intent. So you could have a high intent campaign that has a target return on ad spend of 10 to 1. And you could have an awareness campaign that just breaks even, and both of them work together to build your pipeline and grow your business. Now remember way back in lesson 1, we talked about the real value of Google Ads, which was being able to put your best offer in front of your ideal audience when they're most ready to take action. I hope this series has clarified that process for you and that you feel more confident than ever about how to evaluate your options and make decisions that will grow your business. Now, I know in some ways we've only scratched the surface, but I hope it's helped you figure out how to sit on the bicycle. Learning the strategy and prioritizing your audience gives you a huge advantage in an industry where your competitors are just chasing tools and shiny objects. Now, as I mentioned, the Learn Google Ads with Me activity book includes a bonus resource for how to choose a paid search agency, so be sure to grab the link from the description box. I wish you all the success in the world, and thank you so much for joining me.